We really didn't notice anything when he was small. We didn't notice it just because we see him every day.
Well, when we took him in for his six-month checkup, we took him a little late. It was around his 7th month. The doctor told us for sure there was something wrong.
Alexander has a condition called craniosynostosis. So in Alexander's case, before or shortly after he was born, 2 of the main bones in his head fused together so they could not grow normally. And that, in Alexander's case, resulted in a skull shape that was too long from front to back and too narrow from side to side. There's many reasons why children with craniosynostosis require surgery. About 1 out of 6 kids would suffer a serious functional impairment from that. The problem is there's no non-invasive way to detect that before unfixable problems have already set in.
Getting a child ready for cranial vault surgery requires very detailed images. And ideally these are 3-dimensional images that we obtain with CAT scanners. But to do a CAT scan on a small child using traditional imaging tools requires 5 or 6 minutes of the child being immobile, being in a cold and what might be termed even a hostile environment for them, where they're really mandated to hold still. And sometimes they're held still by a family member, and sometimes we actually use anesthesia for them for these 5 or 6 minutes to get the images we need to do their surgery well.
You have to lay him down in this cold room, and it's super cold.
And just putting him in that big old machine and just kind of holding him down, which actually kind of got to me. Because he was just looking at me like, well, what are you doing? Where are you putting me at,
The cone beam scanner is a much better way to get those exact same 3-dimensional images to help us plan surgery like Alexander's. It's something we can do in the office. It's a very small device, and we'll get the same images within about 45 seconds. But even more importantly is the fact that it uses 96% less radiation dose than traditional CAT scanners. As it stands now, there isn't a hospital nor a craniofacial team west of the Mississippi that's using a cone beam for planning these sorts of complex operations.
No matter how many times parents hear that it's a deformity of the skull and it doesn't necessarily reflect what's going on in the brain, it's a heavy thing to deal with for families.
The doctors are telling you all this information all at once and you're trying to process it.
You're kind of strong during the consultation with the doctors, but when you come home and you see him, it's our first son. It's really hard to know that he's gonna have to go through surgery, and you're kind of angry, and then you're kind of really sad, and your heart's broken. You don't want him to go through any sort of pain.
There was several days after that. Every time I would look at him, I would just get too emotional. Just thinking about it on the way home, I just had to pull over and just kind of, get myself together and just think of other things.
And then you also worry about the future. Well, does that mean he's going to be delayed? And when he wasn't talking, well, is that why he's not talking? You start kind of questioning everything. Did I do something wrong with my pregnancy? It's just, you don't know what to do, you don't know what to think. It is overwhelming.
Good.
You all ready?
Yeah.
There you go. You look ready. Nice and comfy. Yeah, looks like he's in good spirits.
Yeah, he is.
normally we're about 4 hours, and we'll give you a page on the pager about 50 minutes before the end and tell you where we're going to come talk with you, but usually it's downstairs. When we operate on a Tuesday for a case like this, we're looking somewhere between Friday and Sunday to go home, so it all just depends on his swelling and how he's feeling. It's really his comfort level at that point. So it shouldn't be too long now. I'm just going to go speak with Dr. Zoros, make sure they're all ready to go.
Okay, so we'll go ahead and carry the baby, and then we'll get him a crib out there.
How are you doing?
Good. How about you?
Good. First off, everything went very smooth. No dangerous spots, no scare parts, Dr. Zoros, obviously. But yeah, everything went very smooth. So he's already breathing on his own, doing fine. The breathing tube's out.
You know, expect the swelling is going to get a lot worse over the next 48 hours. It's again very, very normal. It gets worse before it starts to get better.
We'll get him all ready to go to recovery room. Normally somewhere around 30 minutes to 60 minutes until he's awake enough for you guys to go see him. But yeah, when it's smooth, it can go.
All right, Doctor.
All right, see you guys very soon.
Okay, thank you.
No problem.
Looks great to me. Yeah, he's not crying at the top of his lungs, so it's a good feeling for me.
Still kind of hurts though to see him. It's okay. It's
How's everything? You look good. Yeah, you got a little bit of swelling, huh? But you know, if the eyes are open, that's pretty much what we want. Is he acting happy in his normal
Yes.
self today? A little lower in energy still, or he's doing okay?
a little low, but
Yeah.
he's picking up. He's
Yeah.
playing with his toys and stuff, so he's doing
Yeah.
really good.
He looks reasonably happy. He's not crying when he sees me. That's a pretty good sign. That's yeah. I'll take that. All right.
Thank you, doctor. Thank you, doctor.
I think you might be asking a bit much for him. Yeah, I'll take not crying. Yeah.
Thanks.
Yesterday afternoon, he started to get really happy playing with his toys, dancing again, how he was dancing. So he seems in good spirits. Right, Poppy? You're strong. He's progressing really good. He's back to being his normal self. He's, like you can see, he's playing around.
We're really grateful for all the blessings that everybody's been giving us and all the support from the hospital and staff, and it's been really great.
They treated Alexander really good. It was a great experience.